Okay, here we go. So, hello everyone that is watching this client interview. You are with Noor here, and I pretty much run the operations side of EasyGrow, and I am joined by another one of our amazing clients called Brian, who's been with us for just over a year now, and he's achieved some really significant growth from where he first started. And yeah, we're going to dive into this interview, talk about Brian's story, the market he operates in, and pretty much how he found the program. So, Brian, obviously, me and you just spoke before this, but
Yeah, of
for the
course.
people
Yeah.
people watching this, why don't you give them an introduction to who you are, who you serve, and ultimately the transformation that you deliver?
Yeah. So my name is Brian. I serve the restaurant niche, especially in Europe, Switzerland. We work with restaurants that are already like at a 50 to 100K MRR a month. And we help them get more clients through the door and retain more clients with social media platforms and venue bookings. So yeah, that's about what we do for them.
Sweet. And just to give like the people watching an idea of the revenue you're at right now, could you share how much you're currently making monthly and ultimately, where you were at before you joined the program and how long it
Yep.
took you to get there?
So right now we're sitting at about $10,600 in Swiss francs. I think that is 9,000 and something. When I started, which was in March 2023, I was at zero. Like I had no knowledge about anything happening with the agencies and stuff. I watched some couple of YouTube videos and stuff, and that's when I came to see Easy Grow. So yeah, since
Yeah,
then it's been a year. Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Is it 9.6K Swiss francs or
Yep.
10.6 Swiss francs?
9.6K Swiss francs.
Perfect. Boom. And for those watching, that will pretty much translate to, I think, around 10.6 USD, which is amazing. So Brian's broke that, that infamous 10K per month mark that everyone
Yep.
puts on the pedestal, which is amazing, man. So yeah, Brian, talk to me, man. So before you joined the program, right? It'd be great if you can paint a picture for the people watching and even myself with essentially where you were at with the business, like what you were struggling with, and if you were new to the space, pretty much your experience before joining.
So I was totally new to the space. Let's say I just brushed the surface. I was just watching like a few videos here and there, but I never did anything like related to SMMA before. And yeah, once I started to get serious about it, that's when I started like doing my research. I was not especially looking for programs. I was just like looking for genuine people who did it like without too much fluff or bling to it. And that's when I came to what Charlie Morgan does, and I got interested into it. Talked with your colleague Jack.
Yeah, to
Uh,
Jack.
he took me he took me through the whole process and stuff, and I was like, man, in any case, like I have to invest in something, so I just invest in myself, and that's what I did, man. And I'm glad I did it.
Sick,
So yeah.
man. And as someone you were looking for general knowledge, you ended up joining the program. Have you taken any programs before this, Brian, or was this like your first like paid
That's
program?
that I've taken like dropshipping programs like
Okay, so
before that
yeah,
helped me a lot in the dropshipping business and when I used to be in dropshipping. But apart from that, I never did it. I never took any like
yeah,
program.
perfect. You,
Yeah,
you landed first
yeah,
one, job
yeah.
done.
But you
Amazing.
do. I also because I was already in the internet space. I at least did my research
Yeah,
beforehand. And yeah, once I did my research, I said, okay, let me go to this, right?
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So talk to me, Brian, with ultimately how you approach the program on day one, right? You joined the program. I think you mentioned obviously it's been 14 months, which I've
Yep.
noted down. Like, how did you approach it from day one? What niche were you in at the time? Because I know you said you switched shortly after, but yeah, it'd be good to hear from your perspective, like how you went through it.
So yeah, so at first got into the program, as I said, because all the content Charlie had put on YouTube like was so interesting that when I got into the program, like I got straight into business. Like I started with a famous module acquisition genesis, and like I went through it like locked myself in my room like for at least 2 weeks and just listened and wrote down and like put my systems in place. And then I started with the ecom niche because that was a niche that was I
Yeah,
was familiar with. But reality came that it's if you're a beginner, like it's it's hard to get into it.
very hard.
Yeah, I tried it. I tried it out, and then switched back to restaurant niche because it was a domain and a niche that I knew a bit of. So yeah, I say why not implement the systems that are in the program into this niche, and it worked out.
Yeah,
So yeah.
quality. So how long were you in the e-com niche before switching to the restaurants? Do you remember?
So it was from March, and I switched to restaurants in October.
Wow. So you gave it a good go.
Yeah, I gave it a good go. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gave it a good go. Yeah, I
So
switched in October. Yeah, yeah, the beginning of October I switched. I
yeah,
switched. But meanwhile, while I was switching, like I was already thinking of it, like
yeah,
let's say in July. So I was like trying to like change my systems and stuff. And then when I said, okay, let's go, man, I just dropped the other niche and went into restaurants.
yeah. So Brian, talk to me about that period because yeah, I think you were in the niche from March to October. That's March, April, May, June, July, August. That's like 7 to 8 months, right?
Yep.
You're not building any sort of significant momentum. You could
Yep.
easily be disheartened, right? And you know how hardcore like we are in terms of telling students to stay in the niche before making a
Yeah,
switch.
yeah, of course. Of course.
And talk to me, man, like because usually you could have just been demotivated, packed up your bags, and that's it. What
Yeah.
kept you simply going to get you to where you are today? Like because you spent a long time without it working.
What kept me motivated is the fact that I just realized that if you want to get to something, as I said before, it's like you have to go through pain. It's utter pain. Like it's nothing funny. It's nothing nice. It's not that laptop lifestyle. You can't say that you own anything. You have to like understand that you have to like and unwire your brain of any type of belief you have,
Yeah,
and also like accept that all right, like everyone wants to make 10K in this niche or in this business, and like a lot of people say okay, you're going to make 10K in the next 90 days or 30 days or next 6 months, but the truth is like if you're not mentally able to believe that you're going to make that money,
mm,
uh what's over time, it can take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 months, like depending on the human being and his real needs and stuff. Like it would I just realized it was gonna take me some time, and
yeah,
that flipping or changing businesses would never help me get to that amount of money, because like I knew that if I want to be here for the long run, like as you say, like it's for me, it's like the principle of polarity is like as deep as you go, as high you can get, and the other way around. So like I
yeah,
just went into the rabbit hole, and I say, all right, I'm in a fixed place right now. It's gonna go deeper, but once I get there, that's when I'm gonna find the gems. And I just had faith in God, man,
yeah.
and in myself, and things just worked, man. So yeah,
Amazing, man. Amazing. And we're gonna touch on the whole mindset and identity shift that you've had to have because that's always
yeah,
a
of
big one. I'm sure you'd
course,
agree. In
yeah.
terms of like when you made the switch to restaurants, man, like what specific what changed for you? What strategies ended up working for you when you made that switch? Like talk to me because now you're in a position where you grinded it out for 8 months in e-com, it didn't work well. As soon as you switched to restaurant, it's like got some momentum and now you've built yourself up as an
Yep.
authority in Switzerland.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I went through the whole self transcendence module and stuff, and like, it's like how I said before, like, it's like debugging my brain and saying, all right, you have some knowledge in this niche, right? Like, because I said I was a DJ and stuff, so I know how restaurants run or clubs run and stuff, and I just came to the realization that okay, just put on pen and paper what you know about this niche, how like look for their pain points, because if you find their pain points and use them as leverage, and you are able to alleviate pain from someone and provide value, that's what the money lies. So
Yeah,
I just went and looked for it. Like I would go like to restaurants and stuff and ask them why don't you have where would you want to be, like if this was implemented, like what's something that you really want to have right now that would change the life of your business. And I just wrote that down, and I just went back home, and I went out scouting like for a few months, like not few months, like for a few weeks, and I came like with the conclusion that okay, these restaurants are struggling with social media. They don't know how to put their name out there. They don't have a brand strategy. They have none of that. And because I knew a bit of it, and also like studied and stuff, uh, I just shifted my brain and said, okay, now the thing is, you want to make 10K, but if you want to make 10K, you need to help people have less pain, and if I
Yeah.
can put it that way. So yeah, man, it was just like I had to change my belief systems. Like one of the belief systems, like truth to be said, like generally in the world, like restaurants don't have good margins,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
fortunately enough, Switzerland has good margins in the restaurant niche,
Yeah.
because I was able to like dig deep and ask restaurants like, where is your profit margin seated? And it was not like the international benchmark at 10% or less than 10%. The Swiss restaurants are 25 to 30%
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
profit. So I said, okay, so at least there's some money in this niche, so we can help them make more, because like there's no agencies helping them. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, I just built a new belief system, and man, went like full
Amazing.
throttle. Like,
It's
yeah,
it's
and
it's funny. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
it's all right, man. What we say?
No, I was gonna say it's funny you mentioned that because for those watching just before the call, I said to Brian, "How do you work in restaurants, man? Don't they have such a low profit margin?" So I have that limiting belief, and then Brian broke that for me now, where he just says, "No, no, no. In Switzerland, for example, the margins are quite high, and you can make
Yep,
a good amount of money." So
yep.
it just shows like how important that is.
But also the thing is, like, you should, yeah, like, and if anyone wants to get in a restaurant niche or any hospitality niche, like, don't go and look for a place that is dead in the water,
Hmm.
because they will not have enough cash flow to see the magic happen.
Yeah,
Like, let's say your service is, I don't know, 2.5 grand a month, and if you want to get results, like genuine results for them, like it's going to take you like 3 months or 4 months. They maybe do not have that money. So
yeah,
if they
yeah,
don't have that money, like, you're gonna get stressed, because after 1 month they're gonna be calling you, oh, this is not happening. Why don't I have these results? Because if you work with people that do not have money, or businesses that do not have money, they'll actually really be a pain in the ass, and you'll have sleepless nights.
yeah.
You'll be constantly stressed. Whilst if you decide to work with a restaurant that is already making, I don't know, like 50 to 100 grand a month, they already they already have like a seed in their business that keeps people coming, and your job is to make even more people come and keep them coming. So yeah, you also have to like really choose who you're gonna work with.
100%, 100%. Brian, just a quick one. So
Yep.
how were you actually booking meetings with the restaurants? Were you using the same strategy you were using
So
when
I
you
was using cold calling and the loomless strategies, like
love it?
blasting emails. I was blasting emails to restaurants. Most of them also came through like Instagram DMs and referrals. So I
Nice.
would DM some restaurants. To be honest, I didn't blast like 1,000 of emails and stuff,
Yeah,
because it's not as if like you have like a lot of, let's say, genuine restaurants in Switzerland.
yeah, yeah.
But I know that for the long run, when we're trying to go international, like over like in the bordering countries, now we're going to start. We're going to put like we're putting a Loom system in place and the Loomless system in
Let's
place.
go.
We're going to two systems, and then if we don't find enough results, we're going to start cold calling once again.
Good stuff,
But
man.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
stuff. On the topic of mindset, I know that's played a massive part in helping you achieve the success
yep,
you had. Like you just touched on it, and obviously it's the main reason you kept on going even after not seeing
yep,
success. Like in your first attempt within, trying to make it work in the e-com niche. Talk to me about the identity shift you've had in the 14 months, man. So talk to me about how Brian looked before joining the program, let's say version one of the Brian, um,
yep,
compared to the version I'm seeing now. So what limiting beliefs did you have back then? What bad habits did you have back then, for example? How did
yeah, of
you
course,
evolve to become who I'm speaking to right now, to have the success that you have and are continuing to have?
yep. So first of all, what I did is I fixed my body to start with,
Yeah,
because obviously, like, I had being a DJ, I had let's say I had the artist lifestyle. Like, out often in the night, drinking, women, all that. It's all that stupid stuff you do when you're like I'm 28 now, but all that stupid stuff you do in your 20s. And I realized that I just sat down one day and I say, all right, so these are the people around me, and most of these people all have problems. And if I want to be a better version of myself, I need to remove this from my life. So I went, I got a coach. I would work out almost every day, change how I ate, because the food has a lot of impact on your brain and your
Yes,
functionality.
yes,
Food
yes.
and alcohol and all of that stuff has a huge impact. And if you're not in a sound mind, you're not going anywhere.
Oh,
So you can be like, let's say you can be. I was that uh, sleep deprived, not in shape, guy who wanted to make a certain amount of money in his life and was constantly running about the number, but was not like I was not. It's I wanted to do. I was not. Instead of being, I was trying to do,
yeah,
but I had to become that person. So
yeah,
I had to like dismantle a lot of things that I thought were true to my life, things that I learned from being a kid and stuff. And I just had to build myself up again. And the modules, mindset modules in Charlie's program, like in EasyGrow, is like I've not been in any. I've been in other programs for dropshipping and stuff, but what Charlie touches point on is like I've never seen something as such. And I think that any guy that you've done an interview with would tell you the same thing. Like the mindset module, like is man, it's concrete. It's
yeah,
legit, and
yeah,
it's something that even if you watch it 10 years from now, it still is relevant. Like
yeah.
it's there's no fluff in it. There's no like crazy stuff. Like, it's the truth, man.
That's it.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Brian. Literally every interview I've personally done with clients,
yep,
the mindset topic, it always outweighs like the tactics. Like tactics are here in terms
yeah,
of relevance, and then the mindset, they all tell me the same thing. And sometimes I'm sure you've seen it, Brian, when you first came in, with a lot of the viewers as well, especially the younger generation. They probably
yep.
assume that okay, the course you just need this cold calling script, this Loom script, and
No,
whatever
you
it
don't.
is. It's like,
Don't.
listen, you can find that stuff anywhere. It's like honestly, you like we of course mostly if you find it on YouTube for free, it's not going to be the best. But the point I'm
Yep.
trying to is like, we could provide you with the winning frameworks, which we do, like we done with Brian. But the key, the absolute key to long-term success, and you'll agree with this, Brian, is the identity shift, is the mindset change. Because when you break your limiting beliefs, when you step in who you need to step into the identity of who you need to be to achieve the success you desire, it becomes so much easier. And you've seen that firsthand.
Yeah, of course, man. Like like you just need to change as a human being, and I guess like life is a journey of change. If you like, if in French they have a saying that only the guys that don't change are the stupid ones. And so yeah, man,
That's
I
true.
went by that word, and I just had to change my life. Obviously, like I'm human, I'm gonna fall back into my
Yeah,
trenches
yeah,
sometimes.
of course.
I'm not a superhuman. I'm not the type of guru who's gonna tell you like, no, I live like this 7 days out of seven. No, man, like you're a human, you're a man. Like these things you're gonna trenches you're gonna go back into as long as you know where your new like stable level is. Like you can go lower a bit sometimes because I don't know, maybe you've made some money or like you're a bit tired and you want to like down. Like it's normal, but just don't stay in that position too much because that's where you were before, and that was when you were not making
Yeah,
any money or being
yeah,
like
yeah.
a genuine human. So yeah,
That's it. And that's another thing, Brian. And I'm sure like people watching this could agree. Like you approach your days differently when you are happy with who you are becoming. You don't necessarily need the bank account to reflect that. And I'm sure you saw
no,
this, Brian, where you probably felt like you were already making 10K per month when you weren't making 10K per month, purely because you were getting in the gym, you were waking up on time,
of course,
you had good
of course.
habits, you removed the toxic circles, and now you do have the money in the bank, and it's like it's probably feels normal to you.
Yeah, it does feel normal, but also the thing is, I live in a very competitive environment, which is Switzerland. And to be honest, like making 10 grand, you're gonna walk on the streets and you're gonna see like
Yeah.
50 people making 10 grand.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
it was like for me was also like a living standard if I want to survive in this country for the longest as possible, and even if I was born there and stuff. Um, you need to be at a certain level to have like a genuine life and just a peace of mind, and
Yeah,
that's why, like, even if sometimes I don't, if sometimes, like, right now I'm in Thailand and these days I wake up and I'll go to the gym or something, but you will actually feel like shit if you don't do the things you're supposed to be doing.
100%.
Whilst if you were never doing them, like, you will never feel like shit because at first those things were never in your life, and when you
Yeah,
implement new things in your life and you don't do them, like, now you have guilt, so you have to keep on doing them.
that's it.
Yeah,
100%, man. Well said. Outside of the mindset stuff, Brian, and obviously the video content we got in the
yeah,
program, is there anything else in particular you love about the program? The coaching calls, the group support,
yeah.
anything in particular, man?
The group support is amazing. Like, especially you, like when we have issues and stuff. Like, I had an issue with a client not long ago, and you told me, like, man, just it's not worth the
I remember, yeah, yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
it's not worth the pain and stuff. And to be honest, like, I kicked him out the agency. Like, I gave him like 2 weeks to see if he was changing, and I say, man, do I really need this guy in my life? And just kicked him out, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, support, and man, the modules, like, I haven't had the opportunity that much to jump into modules, but the and the little I've jumped into, like, especially the health modules, the
The
mindset
coaching
modules.
calls, right?
Like, you guys have the best
Yeah,
coaches in the industry, to be honest.
yeah.
Like, guys like Jan Gab,
Shout out to John.
Mark Dama, and all the guys that you helped,
Right.
Sam Ovens. Like, those guys are legit, man. Uncle
Yeah,
Jimmy also is legit in the service delivery and stuff. So yeah, man. And
yes.
also the founders calls are good also. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like, genuinely everything is, like, I'm not. It's not because, like, it's a testimonial or something, but man, to be honest, like, everything in the program is genuine, man.
Yeah, it's like
Because
it's like you're beginning to sound like a paid actor, man. It's like I gave you
I'm
£100.
not, bro. I'm not, like, I'm when
No, I'm
something is
joking.
when something is when find something is good, man, I just have to say it, man.
That's it. There we go. So yeah, we can reassure viewers Brian is not getting the same
Nah,
thing.
nah, we're not
But
getting paid at
jokes
all.
aside, yeah, the coaching calls are great, man. Like we've had like you said with the health performance coaching call, we had Mark Dharma who ran it, who was doing coaching. He was coaching
Yep.
Sam Ovens on his health, Ty Lopez on his health, which was amazing. And then we then had Billy Harris do it, another prominent health coach.
Harris is legit.
Who I think he helped like Iman Gadji and a
Yeah,
lot of other people as well. So yeah, there's so many different coaching calls, and it's great, Brian, because like you mentioned, video content is one thing, but then when you get group support where you can ask questions in the group similar to the situation you had, and it's able to be resolved with some advice from either myself or someone else, as well as jump into coaching calls where if you need advice on a sales call, you
yeah,
want to share a recording, it just goes a long way, right? Because you're not on
true.
your own, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're not, man. And like you said, you shouldn't be afraid of that. Like, recently, I put a post on the group. Like, I was trying to find, like, some other guys in the program that were in the restaurant niche. Got to call some of them, like, talk with some of them, exchange. And yeah, man, it's also like it's a place of exchange, man.
Yeah, that's it. Literally, that's literally it. So yeah, amazing stuff, man. Brian, talk to me about how the business currently looks. I think you may have touched on it at the start, but if you can
Yeah,
just refresh everyone. So how many clients do you have? And on top of that, like how does the business structure look? Is it just you? Do you have a team member? Talk to me
yeah.
about the company
Um,
structure.
we're at 5 clients right now.
Yeah,
To be honest, like, most of the clients, the 4 first clients we got, were not clients that, let's say, are aligned with the, let's say, the philosophy of the agency as where I want to take it. So
yep,
the recent guy we got is really what we're looking for. It's
perfect.
a high-end restaurant, like a steakhouse in Geneva, and I have one guy on my team who's the content creator, right? So he's the guy that goes to the restaurants or talks with the restaurant owners on what type of pictures to take, stories to post, and like we give them an SOP to follow for, like, things that we can't do for them if we're not physically around. So yeah, so it's, for the moment, it's just 2 of us, and if we're trying to scale the agency now, so I think I'm gonna, like, add a VA for anything that is outreach and stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it myself first to understand, like, I really know, like, what
perfect.
is to be done, and then I'll start hiring. But for the moment, we're just 2. But I'm the, like, I'm the like he's like a contractor, so he's not my
Yeah.
business associate or anything.
Great stuff, man. What would you say your next goal is? Let's just say let's do a 12-month goal, man. Let's say, you're at 10K, 10.6K USD right now. You got five
Yep.
clients. It's just you as the
Yep.
content creator. Let's just say 12 months from now, where do you want to take this thing? Because now you got some serious momentum.
I want to take it to like I want to double it at least to 20 grand, 20,000, or if I can 30K. But let me put it at 30K. I know I've written it somewhere in my books or in my notes
Yeah.
and stuff, but yeah, 30 grand would be like the the perfect place to be in like in the next 12 months with the
Yeah.
team, and like maybe like I'll be mostly on the like look take making sure things are done and maybe
Hmm.
taking the sales calls and stuff, and talking with the clients. But I really like to get I would like to hire guys that are like way stronger than me, which
Yeah.
is which
100%.
is what you're supposed to do. And yeah, man.
Good stuff. One thing I want to touch on for everyone watching this, because this is another big one, especially for those of you that, want to start a business and just outsource and anything and everything. Brian's literally at 10.6K USD. He's got five clients, he's established, but he just said to me, no, I'm gonna do it myself for the first, few weeks, just to understand the systems better. And that's pretty much the reason Brian has the success that he has, is because he's not afraid to work even when he's in the luxurious position he's in now. And I think that's big thing, Brian. I'm sure you've seen it where people try to outsource everything too early and
Yeah,
the business just breaks.
I,
So
I've I've done that mistake before in ecom,
yeah,
and the thing is, if you outsource too early, now you get scared because
yeah,
now you don't know how to do it yourself. So
that's it.
first of
Yeah,
all, you don't know if the guy you've hired is bullshitting you.
yep,
Second of all, if he decides to leave tomorrow because he sees that, oh, your business is a good business, let me try and run my own business alone, the guy's gonna leave you like from the day to another, and you're left with a bunch of clients, no knowledge, and now have to start refunding people, and that's what that I've gone through that with dropshipping where I had guys and stuff, and then when it was time to do it myself, like it got a bit sticky, but managed to fix it. And that's one place I'm not going anymore, man. Like you have to
yeah.
know you have to know your business, man. You have to know your KPIs. You have to do everything.
100%. And it's literally, I always say this in the group, and I'm sure you've seen me say it, like you need to earn the right to outsource. And what I mean by that is if you understand how to do it yourself, from delivering the service to generating appointments, to whatever it is, then you can outsource, because then you can go to sleep at night knowing that you are in full control. Like I've
Yeah,
seen
man.
it's like with Charlie and Bo, for example. If, for example, I step out of operations for whatever reason, Bo can easily step in. If one of the sales guys, if we got like nine sales reps, let's just say nine of them suddenly disappear. Charlie's so good at sales, he knows what to do. He can step in because he's been there and he's done that.
Yep.
And same with you, Brian, where you are so involved in all of the different systems in your business. If something goes wrong, you can now like step in and fix it. So yeah, that's a really big one. Brian, I always ask this to students,
Yep.
clients. This is one of my favorite questions, man, especially for clients in your situation where you started from zero. It took you a
Hmm.
long time to get you to where you are. Not a long time, but 14 months, like compared to,
Yep.
what you see in the internet where people are like, oh, 0 to 500K in 3 months,
Yep.
whatever. So a simple question, man. How does it feel to be in the position you are in now? Because I'm sure in the sales call that you had with Jack, Jack would probably ask you, you know, Brian, how would your life change if you if you achieved XYZ?
Yeah.
But 14 months later down the line from that sales call, you're making 10.6K USD. How does it feel, man? Like how have things changed? If they did change, like yeah, just talk to me.
How I feel is, man, I've not even asked myself that question, but to be honest,
No one
the
that
feeling,
ever does.
the feeling I have is like it's not, it would be like bad of me saying that I feel normal, which it's not normal for everyone, like to of a young age to make like 10 grand every month, without working on it like to a 9 to 5. But I feel like it's not, I've earned it, man. Like
Yeah,
I've been in the trenches. I've been through the fire. Like I've had times where there's no money and stuff. So like
yeah,
now it feels normal because like you can help your peers and stuff. But like it's if I have to put in one word, man, I'm just happy I trusted the process, man.
yeah. Sweet.
and that's a process that I wish to anyone for everyone to have, like pain, man. If as long if you don't feel pain, man, you're never gonna be you're never gonna feel happy about anything in life,
Yeah.
because things ain't easy to come. How you know what some people think it is, but it's not at all. So yeah, man, I think it's just I'm just grateful, man. But I know it's not over yet.
Yeah, of
There's
course.
still more to come, but yeah, I'm genuinely grateful, man. Actually,
Yeah. Amazing. And that's one of my favorite questions to ask because usually it results in an answer like yours where the client's always confused, like, oh, I haven't I haven't really thought about that. I haven't taken the time to just yeah. So my request for you, man, and I'll even remind you after the interview, please take some time to just journal, reflect, look how far you've come because you've achieved
yep,
like an amazing achievement here to, be in the game for 14 months when a lot of people would just quit after like 3, 6 months of nothing. You stuck with it and you achieved such a great number. And yeah, just reflect. It's key. So yeah, good stuff. And that's another reminder for everyone. What Brian said to do with pain, like he's gone 8 months in one niche, seeing nothing and no success, but the pain has made him who he is today, pretty much from a personal and a professional standpoint. And it's such a strong foundation to build a significant success beyond what he's already done so in the new niches. And so yeah, great stuff, Brian. So as we wrap up the interview, Brian, there
yep,
are two groups of people that usually watch this. The first of
hmm
which is current students, and the second of
yep,
which are pretty much people that have yet to purchase the program. Maybe they're
of
on the
course.
fence, or maybe they want to find out more. Let's start off with the first group. Let's start off with current students. What would you say to current active students of the program, in terms of the best advice you could give them to succeed? Perhaps they've been in it for a while, like you have. Maybe they're struggling. What would you say are some of your key lessons, man?
And my key lessons is just, man, trust the process. You just have to if you're in a position of your life where you're lacking in knowledge or something, and you get in, yeah, and you get the opportunity like to learn from someone else, like just believe in it and do what you're asked, man, and just work. That's the only like that's the true trophy, man, is work.
Yeah,
Like nothing else. Work, train yourself, like learn, get more knowledge. Like, yeah, make like this business your blood and sweat, and it will pay off, man.
yeah,
So
that's it. And let me just echo again, guys, to those watching this that is part of the program. Again, it took Brian 14 months to get here. Like we all love the the short-term wins where people get clients in like the first 2, 3 months, whatever it is. I'm a massive fan of I'm a massive fan of all of our clients, but when it comes to clients like Brian that took months or over a year, right, to achieve what they've achieved, it just shows you a sense of realism that this is hard, this can take time, and it takes a lot of work to achieve what you have. So yeah, great advice, Brian. And to people that have yet to be a customer, Brian, maybe they're on the fence, maybe they want to think
yep,
about it, almost as if you're speaking to your old self before you bought the program.
yep.
What would you say to those guys?
What I'll tell those guys is invest in yourself. Like, there's nothing more rewarding than investing in yourself. Whatever the price is, invest in yourself, because man, you'll be happy down the road that you invest in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, it's like keeping yourself accountable to your success, because free stuff does not have any success.
That's it.
Nothing free comes with success. So, and just invest in yourselves and get to it. You'll
Yeah,
be happy at
that's
the
it.
tunnel.
Great stuff,
Yeah,
man. And yeah, funny you say that about free stuff. It does work, but like you said, it doesn't hold you accountable because you don't need to consume the
you don't
content.
need to.
Whereas when you purchase a program like ours, we're on you.
Yeah,
You need to use it. Like you
yeah,
need to do the calls and all that good
of course.
stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For the interview, guys. Brian, one last thing before we wrap up. Where can these
Yep,
guys find you if they want to, check out your journey, follow you, all that good stuff?
man. You can find me mostly on Instagram. We're gonna put it in the link.
Yep.
It's Nesko, Nesko.ch.
CH. Sweet. Perfect. And
Yep.
that's going to be in the
Or you can,
description, guys.
if anyone has questions, you can email me. We're gonna put the email there, Brian@adversaryAgency.com. So yeah,
Sweet.
man, that's mostly where I am.
Sweet. Boss. There we go. That's pretty much it for the interview, guys. Now, if you are someone that's watching this interview and you've yet to, book a call with us or join the program, be sure to look at the other interviews we do, just so you get different stories and different experiences, and different perspectives as well. And one thing I'd say, and Brian, I'm sure you'd agree with me. I literally say this line in all of my interviews when I finish. If you guys want a magic pill that doesn't require work, we are not the program for you. We don't supply a magic pill because in our program we will provide you with the winning frameworks, with the group support, with the coaching calls, with all the strategies in the world. By the end of the day, as you agree, Brian, you need to put in the work. You need to be
Yep.
willing to face the pain, have failures, fail forward, and ultimately be willing to face problems head on, solve them, and do what you need to do to get to where you desire to be. So yeah, I want to make that clear because again, in this online world of ours, you can see crazy promises where they'll tell you that no pain is involved whatsoever and no
Yes.
work is required. And yeah, if you do find a magic pill like that that works, send it my way. We'll have a look. But yeah, our program requires work, and if you're watching this and you're willing to work, then please do book a call with us. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this interview. I hope you guys found it valuable, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.